you've ever wondered what makes a publishing house reject a manuscript, then this video is for you. I'm Ann Shibani, publisher at Summit Press Publishers, and I turn manuscripts away all the time for these very reasons. First, there's a poorly defined audience. I have no idea who the book is written for. Then there's a poorly defined market differentiation, meaning there's 35 books out there on the market about this very same topic, and I don't know what makes your book any different than the rest of them. Then there's no answer to the so what question. Why would someone who doesn't know you read this book? And I'm talking a lot about personal stories and memoirs. Like, why would anybody who doesn't know you want to read this? Because you never want the reader to be asking themselves, why am I reading this? Then there's a poorly defined promise to the reader, like the title and the cover copy and the design, they indicate that the book is about something that it isn't actually about, or that the topic seems unclear, or it just doesn't match with like the title. Or the manuscript length is inappropriate for the genre. This is especially important for business books, which should be roughly 200 pages, like 60,000 words at 6x9 trim. Now, this depends on the content. This book can be longer as long as there's no fluff, and it can be a little bit shorter as long as there's no overlooked necessary topic that's supposed to support your argument. Then there's a lack of clarity or direction. I mean, I can tell when you have not followed an outline because, number one, you've probably thrown everything but the kitchen sink into it and it's all over the place, or you've got circuitous logic or wording that just doesn't make sense, or you've focused on the details instead of the larger issues, especially at early stages. I mean, like, if there's no arc, if there's no logic flow, I'm not really worried about commas. And I can tell when the chapters have been written at various stages in the writing process. If there's no commonality or no flow or no basic style and structure to a chapter, and the chapters all look different, it usually means that they've been written at various stages, and that needs to be cleaned up. Then there's a matter of the author letting a manuscript go too early. This usually looks like a first draft. The author doesn't understand that the first draft is just a first draft. Or the author has basically released the manuscript too late. They have knocked themselves out and brought in 50 different opinions, and they've reworked the manuscript and reworked the manuscripts until their brilliant idea has been completely destroyed by 1,000 different people. Then there's not trusting your editor. I gotta tell you something, this doesn't mean that you should accept everything an editor says, but you should understand that our job is to help. It's not adversarial. We don't actually want to kill your darlings. We want to help you raise them well. That means having an editor in the first place, because I'm telling you, you are too close to the book and you have to get outside professional eyes. All right, in addition to your friends or family. No hook, a lack of transitions. If you're writing a memoir, a lack of self-reflection. If you're writing a business book, a lack of clear concepts and a clear development of your argument or your framework. And then it's like punctuations. You've added a million commas, or you've forgotten them all together, or it's just a mess because it's clear that you haven't really done any editing or clarified your writing process at all or cleaned it up. You just sent it forward and expected it to be published. So all of these are good, solid reasons why your manuscript may have been rejected. It just means going back and cleaning these things up and resubmitting.